Ai, ai, é isso aí. Muito boa tarde para todos vocês. Estamos aqui, livezinha de hoje, jogando Alan Wake 2. Vamos conhecer aí esse novo jogo aí lançado. O segundo jogo, né, da franquia do Alan Wake. Vamos ver como é que vai ser, né? Vamos conhecer o jogo agora. Tô divulgando aqui a live. Deixa eu divulgar aqui. Estamos ao vivo. Muito bem. Vamos lá então, vamos começar. Vamos começar aqui um novo jogo. Modo história, normal ou difícil? Vou colocar no modo normal. Quero conhecer o jogo. Use o sinalizador de mão para se livrar de uma agarrada sem se ferir. Tá ok.
Back to the beginning.
Vamos lá.
We all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story. In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way. This is not the story I hoped it would be. This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster. And monsters wear many faces.
Melhor abaixar um pouquinho. Isso. Que isso, gente? A gente vai controlar esse bichão aí? Quem é esse cara? Não dá nem pra ver o rosto. Sensibilidade tá muito alta. Ah, agora sim. Caraca, meu. Que lugar é esse? Que esquisito. O cara tá nu? É isso mesmo? Que isso, cara? Que situação, hein? Meu Deus. Vamos lá. É pra controlar o personagem, vamos lá.
Come on in. We should go.
Already gone.
Caramba. Vamos lá. Vamos andando. Opa. O cara não tá com frio, não? Deve estar com frio, não é possível. Eita, pô! Que isso, cara? Começou a aparecer umas paradas aqui na tela. Parecia ser o rosto do Alan. Ah, agora eu posso correr. É bom correr, porque o bicho vai correr aí atrás de mim, eu não vou conseguir correr. Caraca. Os bichos estão vindo. Não tenho arma, não tenho nada, tem que correr. O que tem ali? Luz? Não dá pra pular? Isso aqui parece aquele parque onde acontece a história do primeiro jogo. Ih, rapaz, quem são? Ih! Vou morrer. Eu tenho que ir pra onde tem luz. Ué? Caraca. Cara, é uma parada de seita. Caraca. Deixa eu abaixar mais um pouquinho. É. Mataram o cara. Caramba, hein? Então se trata de uma seita. É o que parece. Alan Wake 2. É, o bagulho vai ficar sinistro agora, hein? Então vamos lá, já sabemos o prelúdio da história, né? Que se trata de uma seita.
How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought.
Ventilador.
I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers. I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me.
Muito bem.
I love you both.
Fui ajeitar o meu ventilador ali, tá muito calor.
Love you too.
Muito calor não, né? Muito abafado.
Tell him to stop brooding so
O
much.
dia hoje aqui no Rio tá muito abafado.
I will. Bye, kiddo.
Essa é a menina do trailer.
Logan thinks you should try
Do
cheering
trailer
up.
do jogo.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
Eu lembro dela. É, do trailer, lógico.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up.
O legal é que esse jogo não exige tanto graficamente. Tô jogando com os gráficos no médio. Ele parece estar indo bem, ó.
Cauldron Lake.
Nossa, tá com uma taxa de quadro bem alta, eu diria. Deixa eu colocar na qualidade alta, vamos ver. Vamos ver. Cadê? Isso. Só que a textura eu vou deixar no alto, não vou deixar no ultra, não. Vamos lá. Ah, já deu uma diminuída bem drástica, eu diria.
A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime
É melhor eu deixar no médio mesmo. Senão vai começar a travar. Vai por mim.
scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Ó.
Eaten by a bear.
Ah,
Check out that map.
agora ele voltou. A taxa de quadro normal, eu diria. Convite.
Worth memorizing before we get swallowed up by the trees.
Eu vou colocar numa configuração aqui, deixa eu ver. Vou colocar o FSR. Vamos ver. Vou colocar a qualidade predefinida no baixo. Vamos ver agora. É, não mudou muita coisa,
I
não.
should take a look at that map.
Eu vou deixar então no médio para ter uma qualidade melhorzinha, eu diria. Eu tenho um inventário. Tá. Vamos ver isso aqui. O mapa exibe lugares importantes na área. Ok, eu tô aqui. Por aqui não tem mais nada? Tem um outro caminho aqui. Ah, eu tenho que acompanhar esse cara mesmo, não tem jeito. Acho que é isso, é. Tem outras pessoas ali pra gente conversar.
Hey there, Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Raker said you'd be coming by to take over the
Vamos
case.
lá.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson, I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that, federal agent's right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
Alguma testemunha do crime?
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, right, Thornton? But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
Vamos dar uma olhada no corpo.
How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Mulligan, tell them I'm here, waiting. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
Vamos lá. Encontre o policial Thornton no mercado.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly.
Você pode acessar o quadro de casos.
The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board. Everything we know about the previous murders.
O método de matar, as vítimas e o perfil do assassino. Todas as vítimas dadas como desaparecidas em 2010. Agora você pode explorar livremente o quadro de casos ou pressionar ESC para sair. Entendi. Assassinatos de Cauldron Lake. Uma pequena diferença nos homicídios. Inchaço é a única coisa em comum, mas não a causa da morte. Exposição. Quê? Post-mortem? Não entendi, não. Ai, que feio. Perfil do assassino. Tatuagem. Traumatismo no tórax lembra técnicas de corte de açougue. É meio bizarro isso aqui. Mas beleza. Vamos lá.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime scene.
Tem que encontrar o carinha lá. Vamos correndo. Dá pra ir por aqui? Deixa eu ver o mapa. Eu tenho que encontrar o cara onde mesmo? Mercado. Onde é o mercado? Aqui.
Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're
Acho que é só seguir ele mesmo que a gente chega lá no destino.
crack cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring?
Vamos lá.
You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Vou nem ficar explorando muito o jogo por enquanto. Vamos conhecer, vamos. A prodigiosa montanha ao longe é justamente Mirror Peak, o icônico símbolo acima de Cauldron Lake. Vista do ângulo certo, a beleza dela se reflete na superfície tranquila do lago. Um reflexo invertido e glorioso. Bora, corre.
Fucking nature. Gives me a headache.
Tá travado aqui o caminho. Vamos lá.
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain.
Vai começar a chover.
Feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
Hey!
Ah, o mercado.
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
Ele é o Thornton.
At your service.
Agora tem que ir à cena do crime.
Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you.
Vamos lá, vamos à cena do crime.
So, FBI, huh? That's so cool. Hunting down psycho serial killers.
Deixa eu aumentar um pouquinho o som.
Mom?
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
Those are real? You guys hiring?
Let's just see this body, shall we?
Cena do crime. Agora vamos investigar a cena do crime. Ah, é aquele cara morto que a gente controlou no início do jogo.
Stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
Caraca, mano.
Tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay,
Eita, fé.
let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders? Step 1. Examine the corpse.
Tá, examinar o cadáver. Vamos lá.
Body is
Aqui.
positioned on the table.
O corpo está disposto na mesa. Ritual. Você desbloqueou sua primeira imagem principal. Pode colocá-la no quadro de casos dentro do lugar mental. Imagem principal. É onde? É aqui?
Another body turned
Ah,
up as
tá.
they arrive in town. Coincidence?
A inclusão de uma imagem principal no quadro de casos dá início a uma nova linha de investigação. Condiz com assassinatos anteriores. Tá. É possível ver metas no quadro do casos. Encontrar uma prova. Tudo bem, vamos sair. Você pode obter pistas do corpo para avançar na investigação.
The killer left the heart right next to the body.
Deixou o coração bem do lado do corpo.
Bruising on the wrist from the cargo
Hematoma
straps
nos
holding him down.
pulsos em decorrência de correias. O quê? Esqueci já.
Incise stab wound.
Lesão
Chest cut open.
perfura o
Heart
cortante,
removed.
tórax aberto, coração removido. Caraca. Bizarro.
Think, Saga.
Cadê? Isso. Isso condiz com os assassinatos anteriores. Não, e esse não? Ah, tá. É aqui. Ah, tá. Tem que soltar ali em cima. Agora entendi.
Heart removed from chest, strapped by
Coração
the wrists.
removido do peito e amarrado pelos pulsos. Tudo a ver com os homicídios
But this time the heart and
anteriores.
the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This
Mais
makes
pistas
4
para
murders
trabalhar.
that we
Agora
know
são
about.
4 homicídios, dos quais temos que... Vítima ou assassino. Tem que ter prova. Investigue a cena. Descubra mais sobre a vítima. Descubra mais sobre o assassino.
Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here.
A
Multiple
vítima
people.
morreu aqui.
Multiple killers? Someone was drinking beer,
Alguém estava bebendo cerveja.
waiting. Someone left in a hurry.
Alguém saiu com pressa e derrubou o
Knocked the tripod
tripé.
over. Was it for a camera?
Vamos ver. Vários conjuntos de pegadas. Mancha grande de sangue. Espera aí.
Doesn't look right. Boot prints indicating multiple killers.
Vários assassinos.
Quite the
Mais
party.
de um agressor presente. Cena bagunçada. Crime passional ou premeditado. Tem mais pista pra ver?
Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale? Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
Ou examinar o entorno. O que mais tem por aqui?
So you knew our victim.
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
O que aconteceu após ele ser demitido?
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here,
I bet there's more to that story.
but no happy ending.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago, 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
I think that's everything. For now, at least.
Anything clicking yet?
Not sure. Need to think about it. I had to review the clues.
Analisar as pistas, vamos lá. Nightingale surtou, o FBI demitiu. A vítima é Robert Nightingale, visto pela última vez em Bridge Falls, 13 anos atrás. Vítima.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago.
Premeditado ou espontâneo? Colher de garrafas por perto. E o tripé achado perto do corpo.
They planned for the murder to happen here.
Eles planejaram que o assassinato acontecesse aqui, passando o tempo.
They were waiting for him.
Esperavam por ele.
But why Nightingale?
Mas por que o Nightingale?
He's been missing for 13 years.
Se ele desapareceu há 13 anos.
Why here?
Por que aqui? Por que agora? A vítima veio de...
Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide
Usar o que eu sei sobre ela para levar minha intuição a uma revelação. Juntar as peças.
This mug always cheers me up.
Não é a pior mãe. Pessoa Nightingale.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder. Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flick the switch. It goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something.
Up from the lake that's not a lake.
Vindo de um lago que não é um lago. Ah, tá, já foi. Tá bom. E agora? Eu acho que... Opa. Eu acho que aqui já foi, mas e aqui? Um lago que não é um lago. Tá.
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Mapa. Tá. Tudo bem. Ah, tem que seguir ele agora. E tu? Não fala nada? Vamos embora.
This one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's not that complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job wasn't
Caraca.
finished. Tracks. Barefoot.
Rastros.
Nightingales? They come out from under the boulder.
Makes no sense. I didn't know.
There's a piece of paper on the ground.
Pedaço de papel.
A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading
the
the words. These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here, someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept, even if they knew it would end up hurting them?
Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way.
Descubra o que aconteceu com
Either they dropped
Nightingale.
this page, or the killers left it for us.
Quadro de casos. Isso.
I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense.
Aqui. Então o assassino está nos observando. Vambora.
I should profile Nightingale about this page.
Ah, peraí. Aqui. A
We have
página.
Page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
E agora, quadro de casos. Mais uma prova.
Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside.
Então vamos lá.
Casey,
Vamos examinar o corpo.
inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Whoever wrote that page made sure it read like a story. Like a scene from a thriller.
I hate all of it. The text said we'd find more. I believe it.
But what's the purpose? They're twisting events to create their own narrative. To do what? Entertain some fantasy? Projecting their desires? Are we characters or the audience? Witnesses to their design? All the above?
It's all about control.
Hey,
deciding
you made it
what
back.
happens to
Good.
who. Don't let it drag you in.
Too late. I'm already hooked. I need the next chapter.
I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
E aí? O que a gente vai ver?
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
Chave de atalho.
Thanks.
Levar o carro.
Drive to Bright Falls and talk to these witnesses, the Bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
Ah, a chave é desse portão.
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside. Pretty woods. Cute lodge we got set up in. We should go for a hike if we get a chance.
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they see much stuff this gruesome.
É, vai. Vai achando que a cidade é bonitinha. Aquilo ali.
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
Is that a kid's lunchbox?
Lancheira.
An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates
Estamos
the English jokes
juntos
about
nessa figura
coincidentally having the
heróica.
same
Tem
name as a
de
fake
heróico.
detective. He hates those cheesy crime books, but he really hates the movies.
Tá. Ah, tá. É pra melhorar a arma, é. Então tá bom. Pra cá tem mais alguma coisa? Não, né? E aqui? Também não. Vamos lá, então. Parece até uma trilha.
Can't fit the clues all together yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
A tripod? For a camera? To record a snuff film?
Maybe. And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
To stuff in something for us to find.
Vamos na frente. Cara, muito devagar.
The Federal
Devagar.
Bureau of Control? That's a new one. Toxic volcanic gas, huh?
The FBC is an obscure branch. Only shows up for unusual cases.
Well,
Ah, o
what's
carro
going on
aqui.
with volcanic
Caramba.
Beats me.
Here we are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner.
Ah, é o outro carro. Então tá.
I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery.
Então
Need to
tá.
swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
No, I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town.
Vamos ver. Onde temos
The
que ir?
diner's just up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the
Lanchonete.
sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell coffee.
Just how much coffee have you had today, Charlie?
Hã. Os caras são uma comédia mesmo. Ah, é aqui. É a mesma lanchonete que o...
Let me guess. The FBI. Welcome to Bright Falls. It's nice to have you here. I got you.
Sai da frente, doido.
Washington's finest.
Nice to meet you, Sheriff. I'm set for coffee.
You know, I wouldn't say no to another.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Breaker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we could use the help.
Your deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them sound like suspects.
Mulligan and Thornton are still on about that? No, the Bookers don't strike me as the murdering type, but you can decide for yourselves. They're just inside having coffee and pie to calm their nerves.
I'll see what they have to say. Casey, you compare notes with the sheriff.
Take your time. We've looked through the case files you sent over, Sheriff. Have you had many people besides the known victims go missing?
Sure. But it's slowed down ever since Calvert Lake was
Com quem que eu devo falar?
Excuse me. I'm Agent Saga Anderson. Are you the Bookers?
That's us. I'm Tammy, and he's Ed.
Hello, officer.
Just Saga is fine, Ed.
So, are we being charged with anything? Because if not, we'd love to get back to our hotel and decompress after what we saw. Take a bath, scream into pillows, that kind of thing.
We're not charging you. I just have a few questions. Nothing to stress about, okay? So what did you see in the woods?
This naked dude came out of the lake, and he was acting crazy, shouting weird shit at us. He must have been on something.
Unless skinny dipping at dawn is a thing around here.
Then we heard shooting. We ran into these psychos in deer masks. They were tearing into the naked guy with knives, like some kind of satanic cult. And then we bolted and called the cops.
What makes you say it was a cult?
The masks and knives aren't enough.
They were shouting, "Cult of the tree, the cult of the tree, cult of the tree." Oh, and then we found out. The whole thing was terrifying. That's all.
What were you doing at Cogent Lake last night?
I'm a writer. True crime. We're here from New York, doing some research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, who went missing here. I was down at the lake, getting some details. Perfectly legal.
Nossa, que grosseria. Vamos lá então. Vai. As lancheiras de Alex.
Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message?
Encontrei uma lancheira estranha. Quem deixou isso aqui é melhor ficar de olho à procura de outras.
Okay. We're dealing with an organized group of killers, not a lone serial killer.
A seita da árvore.
I need to know more about the code of the tree if I'm going to shut them down.
Membros da seita usavam máscara de cervo. Mentalidade da seita. Os Booker, seita da árvore.
What are the Bookers telling me?
I found their necklace. The symbol is 2 triangles.
The cult wants their spruce tree back, Tammy.
Finders keepers, Ed. My publisher will want this on the cover.
Tammy found something. A necklace belonging to one of the cultists. The Bookers were at Cauldron Lake. Why?
The fence was built to hide what's there. They say the rider fell in the lake.
Private party. No trespassing.
My book has questions. Past the bolt cutters.
They broke in for the sake of Tammy's book. Nothing to do with a murder. They were telling the truth.
Mm-hmm. Tá.
So you found something there, right? A necklace these cultists may have dropped.
Okay. Wow. How did you put that together?
It's evidence. You need to hand it over.
Told you not to keep that thing, Timmy.
São brincos.
Thanks. This could prove to be helpful. Do me a favor. Stick around town for now in case we have any more questions.
Like we'd even dream of missing Deerfest.
Oh, God. Saga! Saga Anderson. As I live and breathe. I thought we'd never see you back here after that awful, awful thing happened to your baby girl. How are you? I'm sorry. Who are you? I don't know what you're talking about. It's me, silly. Rose. You know me.
I don't think I do. And what horrible thing happened to my baby girl?
She drowned. Your daughter. That's so weird you don't remember.
How do you know I have a daughter?
Oh, I know what this is. You're blocking out your traumatic memories. It's on TV all the time.
No. You're mistaking me for someone else.
If you say so.
Como é que a mulher sabia disso? Muito esquisito.
Good to see you.
Seen anything out of the ordinary in town lately? Suspicious people in deer masks?
No one's suspicious. But soon enough, there'll be lots of happy people wearing deer masks for Deerfest. Practically everyone will be wearing one.
Good to know. So, Rose, help me out. How do you think we know each other?
We all know each other around here. It's been a while, but I never forget a face. Or a coffee order.
Guess I just have one of those faces.
Então tá. Deixa eu ver se tem mais alguém pra perguntar alguma coisa.
How can you be so calm?
corpses are part of the job. Can't dwell on it too much.
Jukebox quebrada. Ah. Ó.
Hey there, Mr. Deer. You remind me of a dream I had.
Eu, hein? Sai fora. Cabeça de cervo é coisa de maluco. Bridget Falls. Uhum. Ok.
It won't open.
Eita. Que violência. Trancada. Tá embaçado? Ah, nada aqui. Então vambora.
All set? My guys have Nightingale at the morgue if you're ready to go take a look.
Let's go.
Let's go, let's
I got
go.
a lead. Looks like we're dealing with a cult. The cult of the tree.
A murder cult. Fuck.
Have you heard of this cult of the tree, Sheriff?
Only the urban legend. If you're in the woods at night, the cult will get you. That sort of thing.
We're not gonna find out you're the Grand Wizard or something, are we?
I played some D&D back in the day. Wizard was always my favorite class.
Morning, Sheriff. Looks like you have some guests.
Ah, morning, Ted. Yeah, real important guests. Deerfest. Always draws a crowd, right?
Too true. More the merrier. Have a good one, Sheriff.
Então tá.
Hey, what do you know about that waitress from the diner?
Rose? Yeah, she's a bit of a space case. Always has been. Why? What'd she do now?
She kept saying that my daughter drowned. She even knew my name. It was all very weird.
Rose has a talent for saying the weirdest thing possible. But it's best not to take it personally.
Vá até a delegacia, sala de necropsia do necrotério.
Yep, in the morgue, all prepped.
I'd like to take a closer look as soon as possible. Lead the way, Sheriff.
Oh, this is the Bright Falls Sheriff Station. Anything you need, just let us know.
We appreciate the support, Sheriff.
I'll be right with you, sir.
Yep. Just here to pay my ticket. Whenever you're ready to take my money.
Delegacia. Tá bom.
How are you?
Aqui é uma sala de arquivos.
Agent? As you know, the investigation is being taken over by the federal agents. Sheriff Breaker wants us to cooperate fully.
Oh dear, I am a tourist, and it appears that I'm lost in the woods. You've only had a tour guide, also. Bear season. Oh no.
Não, um urso. Um urso de papelão.
Help. Did somebody call for a tour guide? Oh wow. Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours. Unforgettable tour experiences at affordable prices. That's right. I'm Ilmo Koskela voted best coffee roaster / tour guide by Coffee World magazine, and I'm here to give you the tour of a lifetime. But Ilmo, I've heard the government has seized and restricted access to many local nature attractions. That is true, Janko. Many local attractions have recently become fenced off by the government, and that's why at Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours we say, fuck the government.
Yeah.
We have bolt cutters. Oh wow, you think of everything, and we'll take you anywhere. Hiking through the scenic Elderwood National Park. Fishing in the crystal clear waters of Bright Falls Dam. Bird watching at majestic Mirror Peak.
Que loucura.
The tour of a lifetime is just one phone call away. Book now to get a 9% discount on this limited edition Oh Dear Diner coffee thermos.
Que doideira. Vamos por aqui. Tá.
So we share a morgue with the funeral home next door. It's a shoestring budget. I guess you guys don't have that problem, though. Our only coroner rotates between a few other towns, and he's away this week. But you can handle this, right?
I'm qualified to perform examinations. Yes.
Vamos descer. Aqui é a parte do necrotério.
Something about morgues. They always cheer me up.
I can't say I feel the same.
Ah, tem que ter um cortador. Trancada. Itens. Gostei. Cadê o inventário, cara? Ah, tá. Onde é que eu coloco a arma? Ainda não vi isso.
It doesn't budge.
É, tá escuro aqui, eles nem fala nada de lanterna. Pra acender lanterna.
Let's take a look at our patient. I'll start with the external inspection before performing the internal examination.
Muito bem, vamos examinar o corpinho.
What was the cause of death? What other They did leave something inside his chest. This looks like text. A tattoo?
Nightingale didn't strike me as a tattoo guy. Defensive wounds.
Experimento de defesa.
The body shows signs of being submerged in water post-mortem. It doesn't add up. There's writing on here. Can't make it out.
Oh, no coração. Tá, vamos lá. Não. Pera aí, aceita isso. Símbolos. Ok.
Time to see what Nightingale's body can tell us.
Ok. Escrita do ritual. Causa da morte.
Doesn't make sense. Text is smudged. Looks inverted. Heart can't have been marked before removal. There's definitely something in his chest. Did the killers leave it there? The cult of the tree is behind these murders. This case just became much more complicated. I'll need to start a new file. But it's my first cult case. Exciting.
Encerrado, então. Aqui já foi. Então acho que é só sair. Ai, vai mexer dentro. Eita ferro. Ninguém precisa ver isso, não. Caramba.
It's the same type of page we found at Cauldron Lake.
Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her. The Taken could not see into bright light. Light hurt them, made them vulnerable. Nightingale had no heart, but here he was.
Ele tá escrevendo essa história.
Someone's created a fucked up fantasy about us.
Hey, hold on. We found these kinds of pages. I didn't think they were relevant to this case. I have them right here. No, wait.
Sheriff?
What the hell?
Ih, caraca. Caramba.
Didn't see her. Could not see into bright light.
Ué, paga pelo quê?
He's coming.
Entendi nada.
The page said to get into the light. He can't see me in the light.
Caraca. Morri? Ué. Não entendi. pular essa parte.
He can't see me in the light. My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back. Go!
Eu ainda não entendi o que eu tenho que fazer.
He moved my gun out of the room. I need to find it. Vanished.
É, rapaz. Fim do capítulo. Tá bom. É um bom começo. Bacana. Vamos lá, vamos pro próximo. Desculpa pra onde Nightingale foi. Fale com Casey.
The page predicted all of it. It helped me fight him.
He just disappeared? What the hell is going on here?
We need to figure that out if we're gonna do anything about it. Somehow we need to make sense of this. There's no rational explanation to what we just saw.
I'd love to blame this on mass hallucination caused by inhaling volcanic gas, but we both know that's bullshit. This was supernatural.
Well, I'm glad you were the one to say it. Now we can figure out a way forward. These pages are important. Breaker dropped one before he disappeared. Right before things got crazy, Sheriff Breaker just vanished.
Maybe the sheriff knew more than he was letting on.
He seemed anxious, like he dreaded what was coming. One more mystery. The victim of a ritualistic murder turns into a monster. Is there a connection?
Looks to me like the
Ai, que barulho chato.
rituals to create monsters.
Maybe. We need to start with learning this cult's goal, their purpose.
Estão furando a parede.
There's one of the pages on the floor.
Vamos procurar a
Saga was
pista.
back at Cauldron Lake. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult. A ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster.
Páginas do manuscrito.
A dead man turned into a monster. Light.
Vamos lá. Ok. Páginas do manuscrito não lido. Tá. Eu não vou ler tudo isso porque é muita coisa. lá. Ritual da seita, o que é? Parte escrita do ritual.
Think.
Nightingale é a única vítima que se tornou um monstro. Por quê? Eu não acreditaria se tivesse visto com meus próprios olhos. Preciso me aprofundar nisso. Tem que haver uma explicação. Não, ainda falta mais.
The cult of the tree is behind these murders.
Tá. Ok.
The page places Nightingale back at Cauldron Lake. Calls him a Taken. We need to head over there, stop him, before anyone else gets hurt.
Okay. The heart is gone too. Did the fucker take it with him?
Trancado.
We heard gunshots. Y'all okay? Did you get spooked by the bodies?
Sheriff Breaker disappeared. Nightingale turned into some sort of a monster, and there are offices down. You two handle things here. We need to get back to Cauldron Lake immediately.
Fuck me. That's terrible. We'll do what we can, man. That's crazy, right, Thornton? Nightingale's heart was missing. How could
Incrível mesmo, um cara sem coração consegue voltar à vida, ué. O que mais poderia ser?
Good day. My client has been held here long enough.
Nightingale and his cult are dangerous. We need to be prepared in case things escalate more than they already have. Can you call it in, Casey?
A smart choice, Anderson. Yeah, Agent Casey here. Yeah. We need backup. The Bright Falls case. Whoever you can spare. ASAP.
Ó o doido. Ô doido. Tá maluco, doido?
The pages haven't been wrong yet.
We can't assume the person writing these pages isn't playing us.
I agree. But it's our best lead.
Derrubar a lixeira. Tá olhando o que aí? Ih! Maluco.
Won't roll over on the issues.
Prefeito Seder dá uma patada nos problemas.
See you in a bit.
Pera aí. Ele nem espera.
Just getting my bearings. Ready to go?
Waiting on you.
Rinse and repeat. Clock out, get a beer.
Vamos para Cauldron Lake.
I need to come clean, Anderson. I know why Nightingale was here 13 years ago. He was chasing a writer, Alan Wake.
Tammy mentioned him. She's writing a book on his disappearance.
You know the detective character from his books, Alex Casey.
Yeah, I've heard the jokes at the office. Cold case Casey. Murder case Casey. Sorry.
Ha. It's the same name, similar job. It's the first thing anyone thinks of. It annoyed me, but that was it. Then, 10 years ago, I started getting strange letters in the mail. Fragments of prose describing murders. You've heard the stories about what happened in New York. Some of it, at least. Bodies started to pile up. It was a murder cult. Turns out the fragments sent to me were from the crime books of Alan Wake. The cult was copycatting the murder books. In their heads, they were performing a ritual to bring Wake back. Their imagined prophet. After that case, I started looking into Wake's disappearance on the side.
And you thought this case might be connected to him? His name does keep popping up.
I just wanted you to have all the facts.
Next time, give them to me before we find ourselves in the middle of a horror story.
Ok. Não, vou pular não, porque precisa ver a cena. Bom, voltamos ao local. O coração.
The page says Nightingale's in something called an overlap. Need to figure out exactly what that means.
I'm happy I'm not in charge of this mess.
Bom, acho que já é o bastante, né? Deu pra conhecer bem o jogo. Será que dá pra eu só não sei se dá pra salvar. Onde que dá pra salvar, eu não sei. Mas é isso aí. Testamos o Alan Wake. Vimos aí como é o jogo a princípio. E quem sabe na próxima eu continuo ele. É isso aí então. Valeu então, pessoal. Encerrando a live por aqui. Valeu.